Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about shifting your perspective. This is like a tool you can use, which pretty much gives you an immediate result in changing your energy. Because when you get into a lower energy, and if you're watching my channel is about letting go. And the basis of that is there's a lot of suppressed negative emotions in us, and we hold it in our body. And when we can learn to release them, and that's the practice I teach on this channel, they slowly leave you and your energy naturally rises. And you naturally get to a better place and a higher energy level. And that's where you actually become more magnetic and attract better stuff. Now, this is amazing, but once in a while you do fall back into those negative habits, or something might trigger some negative emotion or a deeper layer of negative emotion, and you sometimes might think you're regressing. But there's ways in which you can just shift the way you look at a situation, and when you do that, you can immediately raise your energy. So that's what I want to teach you in this video. My name is Noor Kidwai. This is Letting Go with Noor. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because the last couple of days I did have some family issues. No, I've been doing this channel for a while. My energy has been great for the most part, and I'm trying to be at this new energy level, and I'm trying to make this my baseline energy. Like, this is where I stay at all the time. That's the beauty. That's when you really know, like, change comes to your life, because this is your new energy. But once in a while stuff happens, and I do have negative emotions popping up again. And I had some family stuff happen in the last couple of days, and it first came with a bunch of anger that came out of me, and I could tell there was this suppressed anger still in me. And then the day after, which was yesterday, I started feeling this not being good enough and doubts and stuff like that creeping in. And that's just like a shit energy, which I know, like, right away I knew, like, ah, damn it, like, if these doubts are here, I know I'm not in like a higher energy. And that almost triggered some shame, where I'm like, oh my God, I've been working so hard to be at this higher energy, and now all these doubts are coming back and this anger. And then I started feeling this shame, like, about just about feeling all of this. And shame is like the lowest of the low. So finally I was like, this is bad. I went and did a meditation. And the meditation was great. I started releasing these emotions in me. And then I got this message, and it said, shift your perspective. And I knew what it was. It was just a tool to just be like, stop looking at this situation right like this. Look at it in a different way. And immediately I was just like, I understood it. And I went and talked to a friend afterwards. He's also on the spiritual path, and he was telling me the same thing. He was like, hey man, you've been in this higher energy for so long now, but you just don't get into it easily. Like, God or the higher power, whatever you want, it'll test you. Every faith has that, where you will have a test to see if you belong in this new energy. And when that test happens, sure, you might have little stumbles, but are you going to be able to show that you belong in this new energy? And that's what I was like. Right when he told me that, it made me like go, oh, wow. And that immediate shift in my perspective, that immediate me going like, oh, this situation, I have no power over it, it sucks, like, damn it, and all of that. From me going from that into, hey, maybe this is a test. Maybe this is something I can prove that I have raised my energy and I am at a new level. That immediate shift in perspective, right away, it made my energy go up. And those negative emotions, they were still there, but there was this separation. And that is such a beautiful tool. It was just looking at it differently. And I went and called my dad afterwards, because this is like a family issues I'm dealing with. And I told him, I was vulnerable with him. I told him what I was feeling. I told him, like, I'm away from home. I'm a 5-hour flight away from home. I told him I'm feeling powerless to the situation. And, he told me, he's like, hey, man, like, I just had a stroke. Like, my dad had a stroke. Like, it was a little while ago, but he's been living in a hospital, long term care for so long now. And he said the same thing to me. He was just like, yeah, you feel powerless. It's like you live 5 hours away. I live 5 minutes away, and I feel powerless. And it, like, completely, that changed my perspective. I'm like, I'm complaining and I'm healthy and I have so much I can do with my life. My dad is stuck in a wheelchair and his powerlessness is a completely different feeling than I did. And right there, me just kind of understanding that and then shifting my perspective in that way as well, it honestly, like, it raised my energy. It made me feel so much better and grateful for, like, my health and my ability. And yeah, I thought that was amazing. And then at night I had a dream, actually, with this whole situation. So, like, that was beautiful. In the dream, I was walking in the backyard with one of my high school friends, a guy who actually took his own life years ago, one of my really close friends. And I'm walking with them in this dream in this backyard, and there's these yellow roses blooming everywhere. And in the dream, I'm teaching them how to shift your own perspective. And I'm like, hey, man, if you look at these situations in a different way, the way you feel about them changes. And I'm telling them this in this dream, and it's such a beautiful, like, dream. And, like, with these yellow roses blooming in the background, it just, like, had so much symbolism about this, like, eternal growth I'm going through. And the fact that I'm teaching it too in the dream, I thought that was beautiful, because I woke up and I was like, okay, I want to teach it to you guys on this. And it's beautiful. And, like, that's what I started to look at. Like, you can shift your perspective immediately and come to a different understanding of the situation. And now I look at this, I got these negative emotions that are coming up. They're a lot tamer today, thank God. But, they're coming up. And the one thing I can do is just be like, rather than going, oh man, these emotions are coming back and they're back and I've been working so hard, why are they here? One thing I can do is just go, hey, I've been doing this work. I've released so much negative emotions, and now I'm probably hitting another layer. Maybe I'm getting tested so I can stay at a higher level and claim it as my own, as my baseline. Whatever the situation is, this is either a test, or maybe I'm hitting a deeper layer of negative emotions that have been stuck in me for who knows how many years. But immediately when I changed my perspective in that way, I all of a sudden started feeling amazing. I really started to feel good. And my energy levels were great. Those negative emotions, they still might be there a little bit, but you have this space between them now. And they're not as overwhelming. You're not getting caught in them. And that's really where the beauty is not getting caught in them and being empowered and feeling your own presence and energy as well. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you have any questions, please ask. Yeah, guys, like and subscribe. My name's Noor Kidwai. Peace.